Geek Nights, what's poppin'? It's Adonis, and it's been a long time since I did one of these. We have a lot to talk about. If you guys are fans of geek culture content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and have that notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future content. Now, before we get into it, this is a first impressions video. I'll have my review later in the week once I get back to my place in Australia. But first impressions, there is still a lot to talk about, and I'm not sure how impressed I am. Now, this isn't to say that the phone isn't good or anything like that. I still haven't really tested it out. I've had it for the day today, and yeah, let's get into it. So in my right hand here, we have the iPhone 10, and then in this hand is the iPhone XS Max. Now, aesthetically, besides the size, they're kind of the same phone. There are some things that are a little bit different, like where the antenna band is on the bottom. I know some people are really weird about it being asymmetrical. For me, I'm kind of in that boat. I don't like that it's not symmetrical. It's really weird. But then it's one of those things where it's like the form follows function vibes, and if that's the case, then I'm for it. If you get better reception and better quality on calls and better internet, then I'm down. But it does bug me a tad bit. Now, obviously, the biggest thing on this device is the display, the 6.5-inch display that's on this device versus the 5.8 that is on this one. Now, with that said, it doesn't really show any more information. And I think that's where my impressions kind of die, is the fact that I was really excited of getting a larger iPhone, but it's really just a larger iPhone 10. There is really no inherent benefit besides it just being bigger. And I'll explain what that means. On the home screen here, I literally have these same apps on the same screen, even though this is a larger display. And that's because the aspect ratio isn't any different. Videos are the same way. I thought, hey, maybe larger display, but because the aspect ratio doesn't change, it's still that weird 19.5:9 aspect ratio. Videos still get cropped when you zoom in if they're not filmed in a really wide format. It's really irritating when you watch content and it just cuts things off. Now, where things actually do change are things like on websites. We actually get the same website here showing more information on the iPhone XS Max versus the iPhone 10. And it's those things, the reading things online, certain things like that will have a benefit on the XS Max. And for those that are used to having the iPhone 8 and 7 Plus phones, you're gonna be a little disappointed because this does not rotate in landscape, and that irritates the hell out of me because I was actually looking forward to going back to having a phone that will rotate in landscape mode when I'm on the home screen, and this phone doesn't do that, and it kind of bums me out. Not to mention the lack of gesture support on this device. And I can't stress this enough. I said when the iPhone 10 came out that it was the best phone Apple's ever made, but not the best iPhone, and primarily that's because of the software, iOS 11. I said in that video that this was not really made for this phone. It didn't take advantage of the full display, the gestures made no sense, and this kind of just extends that whole concept of not making sense. The idea of reaching to the corner to pull down notifications and control center still is a difficult task, and it's harder to do on the bigger display, and I have really small teenage girl hands, so this is really difficult to do on this phone. Now, I know it sounds like a rant, but these are just things that I noticed right off the bat, things that I was looking forward to that I was kind of left underwhelmed by. Now, the things that I have noticed that I'm really enjoying so far is the speakers. The audio on this device is better and louder than the iPhone 10, which is already a good device to listen to things on if you're watching videos or podcasts without headphones. This sounds better and louder, so that is a plus. Now, even though my opinion still stands that iOS right now in the state that it's in isn't really made for a home buttonless phone, however, it does run super fast on both phones. iOS 12 is essentially what iOS 7 should have been. That's just my opinion. This is like the way that it should have been from jump as far as it being optimized properly. It doesn't feel sluggish or glitchy. The iPhone 10, I swear to God, on iOS 11, this has been the buggiest phone I have ever had by a long shot, like a long shot. And so far, iOS 12 has made this super good, and that continues on the iPhone XS Max, at least for today. Again, first impressions, and I'm impressed. And you can see that I went with the space gray variant. It's a fingerprint magnet. It's going to be. That's kind of the reason why I went with the silver for the first one, because I didn't want all the fingerprints. But I kind of wanted a change in color. I missed the space gray look. I'm gonna stay with this one for sure. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the iPhone XS Max. Are you guys excited? Did you pick one up? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. And stay tuned to the channel. I will be doing more iPhone XS Max coverage in the upcoming week before I go back to Australia. My final review will be at the end of the week once I'm already there. So let me know what you guys want me to cover in the comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, have the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future content. If you guys like the video, smash that like button, show your boy some love, and if you want to check out my latest videos, links will be right here to the side. All right, guys, until next time, stay geeked.